The Rubber Tramp Rendezvous is a meeting of nomads in the desert. It happens every January, at least for the last 10 years, near Quartzsite or Parker, Arizona. This isn't a used RV lot. This is parking for the RTR. And you can bet if they're this organized in the parking, well, the entire event is very organized. So, what made you become a volunteer?
I believe in what Bob's doing for the nomadic community, and I love the people that I've met at the RTRs.
And do you have media experience, or how did you end up on the media team?
Apparently, they felt I was someone of trust to take on this new task. We just started the media booth this year. We want to make sure that all of the YouTubers and media professionals are welcomed here. They appreciate, the HAWA team appreciates the fact that you're promoting and getting the word out about this lifestyle, and so they're very grateful. And as a way of saying thank you, we're taking little videos to promote the YouTubers. Bob will be compiling all of those and getting those out on his website with, 350,000 viewers. So yeah, we want to give everybody a lift up while they're here.
So now is your chance. If you're a YouTuber or a media person, come by the media booth and they'll do a workup on you.
Absolutely. Come on out to the RTR.
Washington to be a camp host, and I was in a casino area for a week.
I am driving a 2017 GMC Savannah box truck, so it looks like a moving van. I've pulled into mechanics' garages and pulled in and parked beside two other vehicles that he's going to work on in the morning, and I leave early.
Visitor centers, pilots, and loves. Pilots and loves being, one, and visitor centers the others. I like interstate, and I like going and doing that way. And now with my SUV, it's the same thing. My tips are I go in quickly, put those reflectix up, and I don't do any peeking out the window, because peeking out the window is just gonna cost me angst. Once I'm in there, unless it's crazy noise, I'm not doing anything. And I am pretty dark, parking under a light. I do my iPad, I do my phone, everything's been cool throughout the whole time. I feel really comfortable. I've done hotel parking lots when I was at national parks. I visited 17 national parks. That's real easy to do. SUV, same thing. So I get up and I take my time and I get on my way about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Start here. We are at the RTR, and I have a young lady who is becoming very famous for helping people in dire need. Can you tell me what your name is?
Hi, I'm Joanne Shortell, and I'm president of DBSA Greater Hartford, which is the home of the Nomad chapter.
So what do you guys do?
We are a peer-to-peer support organization, and we are people out here traveling with bipolar disorder, anxiety, autism, depression, any of those sorts of things, and we help each other to help each other.
So how would you help somebody with bipolar, for example, or somebody who maybe is schizophrenic or...
Well, I have bipolar disorder, and so I can speak to my experience. And so when we have like a telephone call, we do that 3 times a week, and soon it'll be 7 times a week. When that person says, I've been feeling terrible, blah, 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 I can say, when I felt like that, this is what I did. Rather than telling the person what to do, I can say what has worked for me.
So it's more like 12-step.
It is sort of, but we're much less regimented, and we don't make people say, hello, I'm a person with bipolar disorder. We don't care if you accept a label or if you've ever been given a label. If you identify as having problems like that, you're one of us. And this is more social and educational and that sort of thing than it is 12 steps. Hi, I'm Joanne and I'm an alcoholic. That we don't do that. We don't require a greater power. We don't have 12 steps you have to go through. We're much less structured, and that allows us to serve people who don't like that kind of structure.
So if a person calls into you, do you take their name and number and their personal details?
Oh yeah, and we want their social security number. No, of course not. When you call in, you need to have a first name. It needn't be yours, but you need to answer to it. And we ask you an innocuous question like, "Hi Earl, where are you and how's the weather?" Or "Hi Earl, where are you and what was for dinner tonight?" Or "Hi Earl, where are you and what color are your eyes?" And that's just so that your voice can be heard and you can be identified by the other people on the call. And it gives you an opportunity to say something without it being stressful to say it. And then after that, if you don't want to talk, the only word you have to say when called on is pass. And we're cool with that. So yeah, we know whatever your name is that you give us, and it needn't be yours, and we know nothing else. Depending on how you join the meeting, we might see your phone number, but there are ways to avoid that too.
Have you ever had an emergency online, a suicide threat or a violent threat or just a meltdown?
We've had meltdowns, but we have not had any sort of threats. We did lose a member early on.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And one of the things that we provide each other is friendship. And as part of my friendship with the woman who died, I contacted her son and I filed the missing persons report and I went out looking for her rig and her body.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
But generally speaking, people don't understand that most of our lives are boring and commonplace, and our problems are just annoying and difficult for us. The suicide and violence thing is way overblown, and none of that need happen if you have the right support.
Well, so if a person wanted to participate, how would they do that?
They would go to nomadchapter.org. And that lists all the services we do. We do in-person wellness events. We're doing a camping event here. We have our telephone calls with optional video, by the way. You actually get to see people's faces if you want to. No requirement that you do. Usually it's half and half, but who does and who doesn't. And every new service that we add will be at nomadchapter.org.
Well, great. I really appreciate the information, and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Started off, well, I'll finish my other knock. I went up to Washington to be a camp host, and I was in a casino area for a week.
They kept some of the signs from last year, but it's a whole new look and feel for the RTR. I'm sure if you go, you'll have a great time. I sure did. And it's all for a good cause. Well, this is Tim Painter for The Van Life. If you like what you see, please press like. And leave me your comments. I read every single one, and I respond to most. And of course, if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe. And we'll see you on the road. Bye-bye.